From haunted asylums to ghost towns and beaches, let's dive into these abandoned places filled with dark history and unexplained phenomena, and explore the reasons even the bravest experts might refuse to visit. First up, the Danvers State Hospital in Massachusetts. Now, this abandoned asylum was built in the 19th century and was notorious for its inhumane treatment of patients. The hospital was closed in 1992, but its dark history remains. Experts refused to enter the hospital due to reports of paranormal activity, including ghostly apparitions and unexplained noises. The Danvers State Hospital, also known as the Colorado State Hospital, was a psychiatric hospital located in Colorado. Now, the hospital was established in 1890 and operated until its closure in 1974. It was actually built in 1874 and didn't open until 4 years later in 1878. It was designed by a Boston architect named Nathaniel Bradley, and during its operation, the hospital was plagued by reports of patient mistreatment and neglect. It was designed to provide care and treatment for patients with mental illnesses. However, the hospital quickly gained a reputation for its very inhumane treatment of patients. Now, reports of physical and emotional, strain, patient neglect, and experimental treatments were rampant. In the 1950s and 1960s, the hospital was the site of numerous lobotomies. I actually believe it's the first hospital to perform one, and a lobotomy is a surgical procedure that involves severing or scraping away parts of the brain. Many patients who underwent this procedure were left with severe cognitive and emotional impairments. Now, Danvers quickly became notorious for its overcrowding, with almost 4 times as many patients as the hospital was actually designed to house. Patients sometimes passed away out of, sight, out of the staff, and their bodies decomposed for days before they were even noticed missing. A lack of funding and staff meant that by 1926, there was a population of over 2,000 people, causing, special garments to be used to control the patients. Well, these special garments were basically just straitjackets, which would have been used as just a means of control. One of the worst recorded cases at the frequently underfunded site was when in 1987, patient Ann Houghton walked out of the hospital only to be found passed away the next day from a heart attack. The Danvers State Hospital is also said to be one of the most haunted places in Colorado. Former patients, staff, and visitors have actually reported numerous paranormal occurrences, including ghostly apparitions and phantom voices, unexplained noises such as screams and whispers and footsteps, doors opening and closing on their own, lights flickering and going out, cold spots and drafts, and very, other unexplainable things. Many believe that the hospital's dark history and the trauma experienced by patients have led to the paranormal activity. Now, due to the hospital's notorious history and the numerous reports of these unexplained occurrences, many experts and paranormal investigators are very hesitant to enter the building, rightfully so. Some of the reasons, many have said they won't is because they have a fear, first off, of physical harm. The hospital's abandoned and decaying state makes it a hazardous, environment. Experts may be concerned also about the risk of injury from these falling debris, broken glass, or other hazards. There's also a great fear of psychological trauma. The hospital's grim legacy and the trauma experienced by patients may have left a lasting psychological impact on the building itself. Experts may be concerned about the potential for psychological trauma or emotional distress. Another noted reason is just respect for the deceased. Many experts and paranormal investigators believe that the hospital is a place of great sadness and tragedy. They may be hesitant, to enter the building out of respect for the patients who suffered and passed on there. This hospital is such a pop culture horror icon, no doubt, and it's a mecca for paranormal enthusiasts. Most of the building, was demolished by 2007, so unfortunately, if you were tempted to go visit, you may have to reconsider. Or if you're looking to move, you can buy a condo that's now there. Next, we have the Island of the Dolls in Mexico. This small island is home to hundreds of creepy dolls hanging from trees and scattered throughout the island. The island's former owner, Julian Santana, claimed that the dolls were actually possessed by the spirits of young girls who had passed away on the island. The legend states that, Julian found a young girl's body floating in the canal, and believing the doll he later found was actually hers, so he hung it from a tree as a tribute and to protect himself from her spirit. Now, legend has it that Julian claimed to have heard the girl screaming from beyond the grave, saying, "I want my doll." Barrera began to hang a lot of dolls from the trees on the island, believing that they would help to ward off evil spirits and calm the restless spirit of the young girl. Now, over time, the number number of dolls on the island grew dramatically. He would hang damaged dolls that were missing limbs, missing eyeballs, and just looked really creepy and very disturbing. It's reported that he would collect them from the trash and even traded things for them, like vegetables and other food items, things that he would obviously need to eat in order to survive. So clearly something was off with his mental state, right? Now, he did this for over 50 years. This became quite an obsession for him, to say the least, and they became a source, of fascination and terror for locals and visitors alike. It's actually the world's largest collection of haunted dolls, if you can believe that. Now, Julian actually passed away in 2001, and wait for it, he was found very close to the spot where the young girl had passed. That's creepy, right? Now, some have suggested that he met the same fate as her, and drowned, while others say that he likely just had a heart attack and happened to be there. Now, regardless, many believe his passing was caused by the girl's spirit, which allegedly still haunts the island to this day. Experts refuse to enter the island due to its very eerie atmosphere and reports of strange occurrences. Now, the Island of the Dolls is said to be one of the most haunted places in Mexico, so go if you want. Now, visitors have reported a range of paranormal activity, with locals claiming that the dolls come to life at night. And they say that, the dolls whisper and whistle and move their limbs and turn their heads on their own. So many unexplained just noises and things happening, such as soft giggles and laughter they hear. Many people have also said that they have that feeling, of just being watched or followed. Now, due to the island's dark history and the numerous reports of paranormal activity, experts and paranormal investigators are really hesitant to just even go on the island. Some have a fear of physical harm, but it's mainly the fear of psychological trauma. The island's creepy atmosphere, the sight of just hundreds of dolls hanging from the trees can be very traumatic for some visitors. A lot of people have said they won't visit for the simple fact that they want to have respect for those who passed on, and many experts believe that the island is a place of great sadness and tragedy, and they may be hesitant to enter the island just again out of respect. Now, many have said if you do visit, it's very wise to offer the dolls a gift as soon as you set foot on the island. What that can be, I don't know, that's up to you, but there's many concerns about the island's history. Some experts, of course, may be concerned about the accuracy also of the island's history and the stories that surround it. Now, in recent years, the island has become a very popular tourist destination. Many visitors drawn to its creepy, atmosphere and paranormal reputation. However, experts and investigators do still remain cautious, and many just refuse to go in, due to its troubling past and reputation. A lot of vloggers have actually gone and documented their time there. So if you're too scared to go visit in person yourself, you can comfortably sit on your couch or your bed and watch it on your phone or laptop. Last up for you, I have Varosha Beach, located in Famagusta, Cyprus. Now, this was a once thriving beach resort that has been abandoned and untouched since the 1970s. It was actually considered a very glamorous Mediterranean resort destination. Anyone who's anyone was there, basically. The beach is a poignant, reminder of just the island's tumultuous past and the ongoing conflict between Greece and Turkey. Varosha Beach, believe it or not, was once the most popular tourist destination, attracting visitors from literally all over the world, including a lot of celebrities. The beach was known for its pristine waters, golden sand, and very vibrant nightlife. However, in 1974, the Turkish military invaded Cyprus, and the beach was basically abandoned overnight. The Turkish military took control of the beach and the surrounding area, declaring it a military zone. The beach was fenced off and access was restricted. The once thriving resort was left to decay, with buildings crumbling and vegetation, overgrowing the streets. The town is basically completely off limits and guarded by the military. However, in 2020, some roads and some parts of the beach were actually opened up to tourists, but the beach is a ghost town with buildings standing completely empty and decaying. The streets are just, again, overgrown with vegetation, and the once pristine beach is littered with debris. Now, despite it being somewhat available to enter, even experts aren't rushing to head over. Due to the beach's history and current state, many experts and researchers are very hesitant to just enter the area because of the military restrictions. The beach is still a military zone and access to certain parts is still restricted, so what's the point? But experts may not be able to obtain permission to enter these restricted areas, so again, they don't really feel the need. There's also safety concerns. The beach is in a state of disrepair with buildings that are unstable and basically falling over, and experts may be concerned also about the risk of injury or accident because of that. Now, there's also preservation concerns. The beach is a unique and important historical site. Experts may be concerned about the potential disruption of the site and the loss of historical artifacts. Some have also said they won't enter because of political sensitivities. The beach is a very sensitive topic in the ongoing conflict between Greece and Turkey. Experts may be hesitant to enter the area due to concerns about the political repercussions. Now, some claims of it being haunted have also circulated. Stories of it being taken over by spirits have circulated, which has made even the most daring person very hesitant to give it a visit. Would you visit any of these ghost towns? Let me know which one if you would. Thank you for watching. I'm your host Ashley. Until next time, stay scared. Abandoned towns, once thriving communities, now only haunted by tales of decay and forgotten dreams. Let's explore some you likely haven't heard about. First up, a tale of a town swallowed by the earth, a place where the ground breathes smoke and whispers of a forgotten inferno. I speak of Centralia, Pennsylvania, a ghost town etched in the American landscape, not by war or famine, but by a relentless fire that has burned for over 6 decades. Imagine, if you will, a crisp spring day in the year 1962. Picture a small town, Main Street bustling, children playing, the scent of coal smoke mingling, with the aroma of sweet, sweet apple pie. Centralia then was a thriving coal town, but it was built upon the very resource that would become its curse. Beneath their feet, a labyrinth of coal seems snaked through the earth, a fuel that has powered, industries and warmed homes for generations. But that day, something went terribly wrong. The precise origin remains a little shrouded in mystery, whispered theories of a trash fire, carelessly set by someone, or perhaps a controlled burn gone horribly wrong. Whatever the spark, it ignited a sleeping giant, a vein of coal deep within the earth. And once awakened, this beast proved unstoppable.